So you can see that I wrote down the information that I've been given. The wavelength is for a photon. So if you think of the equations you could use wavelength times frequency is equal to speed of light. So we could get a frequency here, and then frequency is also related to energy by Planck's constant, so we could get an energy value here for our photon. So that's kind of one step. If we're looking at the mass of our water and our change in temperature of our water, remember we also know specific heat of the water, so we can use a Q equation here. So let's kind of take those two angles, find our energies, energy of a photon, and then Q, which is heat energy that is absorbed by the water. And then we can kind of figure out what to do with them. So when I'm looking for the energy of my photon, I plugged my numbers in. Don't forget to convert your centimeters to meters here so that your units cancel. And then my value for energy of a photon comes out to 6.626 times 10 to the negative 24th. Units are just going to be joules because your meters and your seconds cancel, which makes sense because joules are units of energy. So this is the easiest calculation ever, right? Because your mass is just 1 gram and your delta T is just 1 degree Celsius. You do have to look up the specific heat of water. This is a constant, 4.18 joules over grams degrees Celsius. Remember, Q means heat energy. So this, you don't even have to calculate. This is just going to be equal to 4.18. Your grams and your degrees Celsius cancels. There's the bell. So you're just going to have joules. Remember though, Q is also equal to energy, okay? So the question's asking for how many photons. So here we have total energy, and then up here we have energy per photon. So the last piece is just going to be putting that information together. We'll do dimensional analysis. We'll start with our total energy, 4.18 joules. We know we need joules on the bottom of the next fraction. Oh, well, we can go from joules to photons. So we have 6.626 times 10 to the negative 24th joules in every one photon. Joules, of course, cancels, and this will give us our number of photons, 6.31 times 10 to the 23rd. Photons that were absorbed by the moisture in the food.